friends. Detective LaPlante here today. We're going to delve into a few of the other mysteries of plants today. And today we're going to focus on what plants need to grow. So plants, just like humans and other animals, are all living things that have basic needs that must be met for us to survive. Today we're going to learn about the 5 things that plants need to grow and survive. And since we're all living things, us humans, plants, and animals, it isn't surprising to find out that we also require these same basic needs to survive. So our book for the day, I know you're not surprised we have a book for the day, and the title of it is, How Do Plants Grow? Let's see. Oh, there we go. One day, Kelvin and Dad were taking a walk. They were looking at the trees and flowers in the park. When Kelvin said, "Dad, how do trees grow?" Dad replied, "Do you really want to know?" Well, trees need food like me and you, but they can make their own, which is quite a neat thing to do. First, they take in some rays from Mr. Sun, so for them, daytime is lots of fun. Then when it rains and water comes from the sky, it enters their roots and travels up high to the leaves, which take in air. Then Mrs. Tree mixes all these things with great care. Out comes sugar, which is very sweet, which is found in all the fruits we eat. Looks delicious. So plants make sugar as their food, which then put birds and bees in a happy mood. Me too. For plants like to share their food with others, just like you share your toys with your brothers. Plants make food through photosynthesis. This big word you cannot miss. Sunlight plus water plus air equals the sugar, the food that plants need. So next time someone asks, how do plants eat? Give them an apple that tastes so sweet. And tell them making sugar is the way plants make food to grow. Through photosynthesis, don't you know? Kelvin said, plants take in water, air, and light, and mix till it is just about right. Dad said, right, and that is the way trees get taller. So when you stand next to them, you look smaller. Kelvin said, thank you, Dad. Now I know how plants are able to grow. So that's our book, How Do Plants Grow? I know you recognize some of those words and ideas in there, because we've talked about them a little bit, but we are going to delve a bit deeper into what all 5 of those things are, the main things that plants need. And we are going to use a tool that will help us remember all 5 of those things. And what that is we're going to use a word. It's a plant word that is going to help us remember the 5 different things. So, this word here, L-A-W-N-S, and there's a little heart down here, spells lawns. And lawns, it's a plant word, right? Our front yard sometimes have lawns, our backyards, but grass and bushes and trees, all things grow in lawns, so it's a plant. It's a plant word. But we're going to use the first letter of each one of these letters is going to represent one thing that the plants need to grow. So the first one was this letter, an L. That will represent the light. Whoops, did I spell that right? I did not. Light. And the light, just like you and I need to stay warm, plants need to stay warm also, and they need a warm temperature to grow. And that light, typically from the sun, but can come from inside lights too, will help those plants stay warm. But remember how we learned in our book that not only will that light and warmth keep the plants warm, it also, plants need this light to make their own food. Remember? Plants are the only living things on earth that make their own food, so they need that light. All right, so the second one, letter A. Let's see, do you remember what that might stand for? How about air? So just like you and me, we all need air, oxygen to breathe in, and we breathe out carbon dioxide for the plants. So we need each other with this air, the plants and animals and humans. And plants also use this air to make their own food along with the light. So those are the first 2 things. And then we have W for, what might that be? Water? Yeah. That's the third thing that plants need, and us humans too, just like we need water to stay healthy and strong. Plants also need that water. The water in plants helps move the food and nutrients all the way up and down the different parts of the tree to keep it so it can get its the next part. It moves all these nutrients. And all these nutrients are like, for us humans, nutrients are the vitamins and minerals that we get from the food that we eat. And that's how we keep our bodies big and grow and get big and strong and stay big and strong and healthy. Well, the plants get their nutrients from the soil that they are planted in. That's where all their vitamins and minerals come from. And then last but not least, with the letter S, so our 5th thing is space. There we go. And just like you and I need a place to live, shelter, and space to grow, plants also need that space to grow. We don't want to plant things too closely because then they get all squished, just like, kind of like when you're growing and your feet keep growing and your shoes don't get any bigger, but your feet do. And then they get all cramped and they hurt and they don't grow as well. So the 5 main things that plants and people and animals need too, humans and animals, are, you can all kind of remember with the word lawns. When you hear the word lawns, that will help you remember light. One thing that it needs is light. The A stands for air. The W stands for water. N stands for nutrients. And S for space. And right down here, you can see I've drawn a little heart. And all that means is that's one extra little thing that we as humans can help with plants to help keep them healthy and growing. So, my friends, today our craft actually goes along with these 5 things. And I did include your craft. It's called a growing bracelet. And you know, some of this might be a little review for some of you from last year. I know some of you did this with me, but it's always good to review a little bit, especially on the basics. Make sure we got these basics down. So you'll find a green pipe cleaner, and we're going to make a growing bracelet. And the reason we're doing a growing bracelet because the different colored beads are going to represent these 5 different things that a plant needs. So the first one, light. So light usually comes from sunshine. So what color do you think what colored bead do you think might represent the sun? I'm thinking yellow. What do you think? I think that would be a good one. That would remind me of the sun. That's something a plant needs. The next thing is air. So what about air? Can we see it? Can we taste it? Can we smell it? No, we can't do any of those things. So I think the clear bead might be the best option to represent the air that the plants need. And then our next one, water. What color bead do you think might be? I'm thinking blue. We like to see nice, fresh blue waters in our oceans and lakes. So, sun, air, water. And next we have those nutrients we were talking about. So the plants get their nutrients from the soil, remember. And soil, what color bead do you think would represent that? Maybe this brown one? So let's slide that right on there. And we're getting to have a beautiful bracelet here. And last but not least, we have space. So we've got this, the space. We need lots of big, what I call green space for our plants. Nice shelter. We'll use the green one to represent that space. Lots of room to grow. So those are the 5 main things represented here with the word lawns that plants need to grow. Then I added one little extra one, this red one here. So the red one represents the care that all plants, just like animals and humans, we all need to take care of our plants, each other, and the animals, so that we all can thrive and be healthy and strong. So then, my friends, once you've got all those colors on there, those beautiful colors, you can take the 2 ends of the pipe cleaner, twist it around, and slide that right onto your hand. And if you need to tighten it, you can tighten it a little bit. There you go. And the last, so now you have now got a colorful growing bracelet, and you can show all your friends and family how much you've learned. So that is our craft for the day. One other thing, when you've got time, we need to add as detectives. And of course, here's Detective LaPlante, my detective name. I hope he came up with some good ones. On your first sheet, it says what a plant needs. So you can write in here using the word lawns, and just write it down like that, and then write each word that corresponds to each letter. And those will be the 5 things. And then make sure you use your good handwriting. And then I added this last one down here, that red one, for care, because we do need to make sure we're taking good care of our environment around us. And then I just added a nice picture, which you can do too in different colors, just a picture that represents all the different things that a plant needs to grow. So, got to make sure you record in your journal as a good detective. And then last but not least for today, one of our favorite things, fun in the kitchen. So, I did want to also mention real quick, when you're writing in your journal, if you need some help remembering what those 5 letters are, or what the word is here, that's going to help you remember what the 5 things are that a plant needs, it's going to be right here. So you can look there if you need to help with some spelling or just help remembering. And then, why do you think I added all these Happy St. Patrick's Day? It's almost St. Patrick's Day. And me being a bit Irish myself, I always like to have fun treats. So I've added a few little fun things you could do at home and use different items that you have, but this kind of gives you an idea. Plus, excuse me, a tasty little tea sandwich, cucumber tea sandwich made in the shape of shamrocks. So we've got the easy recipe here, and feel free, you can substitute anything you'd like. And I'll show you my little tasty cucumber shamrock sandwiches. Quite delicious. And it's got cheese and yummy veggies on it. You might use zucchini if you wanted to instead of the cucumber. And you could use either cilantro or parsley, some other kind of greens on there. But it looks very festive for your St. Patrick's Day table and have some nice family snacks to have. So my friends, that is it for today. It's been such a pleasure being with you. And until next time, Detective LaPlante says, stay curious.